14 months after a white supremacist murdered 10 people and injured several others inside a Tops supermarket in East Buffalo, family members continue to seek justice. Not just through the federal criminal case that continues, but also through civil lawsuits. And today we learned about a new one. 7 of the 10 victims' families, along with people who were either shoppers in the store or employees, are suing quite a few individuals and companies, including social media giants Meta, Google, Amazon, Reddit, Twitch, Snapchat. The lawsuit lays out their alleged role in radicalizing the shooter.
So to the defendants, we say these families, their friends, this community, and our legion of lawyers have come for you, and we're going to realize justice.
The list of defendants is quite lengthy. It doesn't stop there with those social media companies. We'll get more into that right now as we welcome live to the show attorney Terry Connors. He is part of the legal team that filed this lawsuit. Terry, appreciate you coming in here. As we were listening earlier today, Ben Crump, who was your co-counsel in this, called it a, quote, landmark lawsuit. There are a lot of individuals, different defendants listed here, including those social media companies. Walk us through the liability that you believe they have. Obviously, the shooter is the one who committed the crime here, but civil justice goes far beyond that.
Well, there's no question that there were individuals who enabled him, who assisted him, who encouraged him, who really, as Ben Crump often says, loaded the gun before the guns were shot. So those in general categories are, they have the weapons people, whether they're the body armor, the high caliber magazines that are illegal, the actual sale of the weapon itself. So they're in one category. And then the social media platforms, the digital platforms that have, by virtue of their defective design of their product, they have produced algorithms that push someone towards radicalization. And we've done a great deal of research on that. We have filed an in-depth almost 200-page complaint on that topic. And that's an area, Michael, that is starting to become prevalent in a lot of other litigation.
Yeah, we think of social media companies as having this protection. It's been debated all over the country, right? That they're not responsible for the content that's on their platforms. But your sort of legal theory here doesn't need that to be the case, the section of the U.S. code that everybody refers to.
Well, that's section 230, and you're right, everyone hides behind that. But ours is different in the sense that they produce a product. And when you take a product and you put it into the mainstream of commerce, you have a legal obligation to make sure the product is not defective. If you design a defective product, whether it's an automobile, whether it's a machine, a washing machine or anything, you have to adhere to certain obligations. So that's what we've alleged in the complaint, that they failed to do that and that their product was defective in the sense that the algorithms were designed to encourage people to go to areas where they would be unfortunately taken advantage of because of their youth.
There is often a push in a lawsuit like this in the wake of a mass shooting to seek justice with the gun companies or people that are involved in that side of it. I know that the store that sold the weapon, even the manufacturer of the body armor, are named as defendants, right? Yes. But not the manufacturer of the gun. Why is that?
Well, we did name the manufacturer of the lock that enables you to disable the gun itself, making it defective. But the manufacturer was Remington, and we looked long and hard at that and still haven't ruled it out. But the problem was they were in bankruptcy, and as you know, that's a protection that they filed for because of their debts exceeding their liabilities. And so we're still looking at that, but as of this point, we have decided not to do it because it would delay this litigation. We want to move it forward as quickly as possible.
Peyton Gendron, who is the killer here, he's already admitted in state court. The federal case is playing out. He is not named in this, but his parents are. Walk me through that aspect of it.
Well, we've had a lot of contact with the attorney for the parents, and we have exchanged information. We applied to Justice Martocci for some pre-action discovery, which was very helpful to us in framing what the case exists against the family. And so they're named as defendants because of their failure to observe what was there to be seen, the negligent entrustment of weapons to him, and not picking up some of the red flags that they should have.
I don't even usually use his name on TV.
I don't either.
For good reason. I've got about a minute left, Terry. We were talking about the emotional toll that something like this must take on the families. We just went through, a year after the shooting. I'm sure every holiday is a difficult time. Even something like what we witnessed today has got to be very, very taxing on these family members.
Although it's an important step in the journey for justice, nevertheless, bringing all of them together again, I haven't seen some of them in a while, but the purpose for bringing them together was an awful purpose. To tell them that a lawsuit's being filed and then they bring back all of the emotion, all the memories. If you heard them speak today, and they're incredibly articulate and emotional, but you see that it's brought back all of these terrible problems and thoughts and fears and emotions that they've had for the last 14 months.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. And
we are going to hear some of their remarks that they made during that news conference coming up next at 6 o'clock. Terry Connors, one of the attorneys who filed this lawsuit today, a legion of attorneys, I believe is how it was described. It's a big legal team. Terry, thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.